Lindsay Davis, thanks so much for streaming with us. We begin this busy Wednesday night with what's next after the rare bipartisanship in Washington to release the full Jeffrey Epstein files. After months of blocking the measure, the president a short time ago signed the veto-proof legislation into law. President Trump posted on Truth Social saying, in part, I have just signed the bill to release the Epstein files. This just hours after U.S. Attorney General Pam Bondi suggested investigators have obtained new information about the case but gave no further details. We spoke to a Jeffrey Epstein survivor who was in Washington yesterday in the chamber before the president's signature. And in that vigil, when survivors found out together the Senate had passed it. Our Chief Justice correspondent Pierre Thomas leads us off with the latest reporting.
Tonight, the bill demanding that the Justice Department release the Epstein files is now law. The president signing it some 24 hours after it was overwhelmingly approved by Congress, something he said he would do.
Sure I would. Let the Senate look at it, let anybody look at it. But don't talk about it too much because honestly, I don't want to take it away from us.
The Justice Department now has 30 days to make the files public. Tonight, some Republican senators saying it shouldn't take that long.
This shouldn't be a new issue, so they should be ready to go. I hope they release them immediately.
But even though the issue has been brewing for weeks with pressure mounting, today Attorney General Pam Bondi would not explain how the process will play out and what, if anything, will be released.
We will continue to follow the law with maximum transparency while protecting victims.
I pressed the AG on whether that means the full files will come out.
When you say follow the law, Madam Attorney General, do you mean that you will provide all the files by 30 days?
We will follow the law. We will continue to follow the law, again, while protecting victims, but also providing maximum transparency.
Lawmakers on both sides watching these next steps very closely.
There must be no funny business from Donald Trump. This is not an invitation for Donald Trump to pick and choose his version of the truth.
President Trump didn't need Congress to get the Epstein files out. He could have just ordered Bondi to do it on his own. Instead, in recent days, he instructed the Attorney General to launch a new investigation into Epstein's ties to Democrats. Critics call that an effort to deflect from the president's own association with Epstein, noting Bondi herself had closed the books on the Epstein case earlier this year. At the time, she said the department had not uncovered evidence that could lead them to investigate anyone else. Today, I asked her what had changed.
What changed since then that you launched this investigation?
Information that has come for information. There's information, new information, additional information.
The Attorney General would not say what the new information was.
Still a lot of uncertainty here. Our Chief Justice correspondent Pierre Thomas joins us now. So, Pierre, bottom line, is it still not clear yet when these files will be released?
We don't know if the new investigations will lead to a delay in the release of the Epstein files, Lindsay. Critics warn it could be an effort to stall, but those victims who we saw on Capitol Hill, who were there to witness Congress act, are demanding justice and total transparency.
We saw that loud and clear. Pierre Thomas for us, our thanks to you. We want to go straight to Catherine Folders now. She's our managing editor in Washington covering politics. Catherine, the president just said in a social post that he signed the bill to release the Epstein files. What else did he say in that post?
He did. That's what he says. He says that he signed the full bill to release the Epstein files that just came to his desk this afternoon. He does this, Lindsay, in a pretty long social media post here. He rails against Democrats. He essentially says, obviously, we know that he launched this investigation, that he directed his attorney general earlier this week to launch an investigation into Democrats. He says because of that investigation and because he signed this bill, that maybe more information about them will come to light. Again, that's the changing of the narrative here a bit. He goes on to say that his Department of Justice has already handed over thousands of pages of documents to Congress. What he's referring to there are documents that DOJ did already hand over more than a month ago to the House Oversight Committee. It's not new documents, if you will. It's only a fraction of the documents that the government has in their possession. So the big question here going forward, of course, is when do we see these documents? Now, the ball is in DOJ's and FBI's court now on this. Will they post them on their website? How do we intend to see these? When will we see these? If we read the bill text closely, it says very specifically that documents can be withheld due to an active investigation. Is that something we end up hearing from DOJ? Do we ultimately see all of these files? There's still a lot of unknown questions, but the reality is it went to Trump's desk. He signed it. So now we have to see what the administration releases of these files and when they do that.
And President Trump also said in a post tonight that he will meet with New York City Mayor-elect Zohran Mamdani at the White House on Friday. What do we know about that meeting?
Yeah, that will be an interesting meeting. We don't have many details other than what the president posted on his social media account, but that meeting will happen on Friday. We've reached out to the Mamdani campaign to get more information about that. I will say this is something that Trump did tease over the weekend. He told reporters that the mayor reached out to him, said he would like to meet with us, and that's something we'll work out. Trump told reporters, we want to see everything work out well for New York. So that would be a pretty remarkable meeting, given that Trump endorsed his opponent and hasn't said particularly nice things about Mamdani and vice versa. So how does that meeting go? Are cameras brought in? What time does that happen? We still are unclear, other than the fact that the president has said publicly he wants to see everything work out well for New York. So what does that mean? I'm sure we will find out a couple days from now.
It'll be very interesting. All right, Catherine Folders, our thanks to you.
I just put a grain of salt in my mouth and waited 10 minutes. Then it felt like my soldier was going to rip.
The book of Luke, chapter 8, chapter 12, verse 2. It says, for there is nothing covered that shall not be revealed, neither hid that shall not be known. Verse 3. Therefore, whatsoever ye have spoken in darkness shall be heard in the light, and that which ye have spoken in the ear in closets shall be proclaimed upon housetops. Okay, first and foremost, I'd like to give infinite honors and prayers to Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashim HaKwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and salutation to the alchemists that's pushing the truth and sincerity. Lord willing, this video will be edifying first and foremost to the whole elect, then to those that cleave to the body. And this won't be a topic of big discussion, because the braid and circus with the Epstein files, all right, Trump supposedly he done signed the bill, all right, and this man have been on trial for many things, man. Going to court, different things. So what difference is gonna make? And all these A-listers that's supposed to be in there, these are things we already know. So who's really excited to see the Epstein files when we know these things happen? All right, these are things happening now. They got a whole new Epstein, if he dead or whatever, whatnot. All right, they got a whole nother island. There are multiple islands where this occurs at, man. It happens every day. With human travel is Epstein trials every day. With human trafficking and amongst other things. But the Lord just collapsing this place, man. And one of the methods that he's using is to make America ashamed. All right, for the things they've done behind closed doors. All right, for their fornication. All right, and they lewd, abominable acts. You see, the revelry and the jollity of Babylon the Great, or the daughter of Babylon. All right, have come abroad. You see, the satanic gatherings and the wicked solemn the assemblies. All right, that the wicked come up with, where they fest in wickedness and high level sorcery and amongst other things. Like, even if this actually occurred or not, right? It's bread and circus. Okay, there's bigger things on the forefront to look at, all right, than this. But people always are into the mess. The things that's messy, so to say, right? But watchmen that's on a watchtower, all right, when you watch for this, you'll get lackadaisical. You'll get all into this, this person name, that person name. Well, what about this prophecy? What about the prophecy of the MOTB? The prophecy of the wall popping off. The prophecy of the persecution of the prophets. So you got to really be careful, you know, what you entertain. All right. Remember, entertainment is a distraction, right? And the devil, one of his strongest attributes is an illusion. All right. So again, the Lord is just making manifest, and really he just making bare the whore. All right. Many brothers will say the Lord is exposing America, and that's part of bringing her down. All right. Exposing her unholy works, you know, what she have done before, you know, the world. And why she's saying she? Because these elites and different people, all right, you know, your A-list actors and celebrities, all right, you know, athletes, you know, and who else knows, you know, all right. It's nothing different than the Diddy situation, all right, where the world was all caught up and hung up behind this man, just the diddler, you know. But it's, you know, hey, listen, every man work is this Ecclesiastes 12 and 14. For our power shall bring every work into judgment. Everything getting judged, man. You know, the wicked say, who shall see me like? You know, he said as prideful, hey, who shall see him? And that's why these deep, dark secrets is being revealed today, because Edom thought he would always be able to hide, man. You know, he thought he would hide his counsels, his secret meetings, and amongst other things. But the Lord's eyes is 10,000 times brighter than the sun. Remember, the angels had been sitting back going to tell the matters of everything, of every assembly, the assembly of the righteous, and especially he's reporting, if he's reporting the assemblies of the righteous, you know, how we congregate and what we're doing, they're writing down, how much more the assemblies of the wicked. You know, the angels are ready to report the evil. Remember, the angels came down during a time with Lot, you know, to see the wickedness in the city, to report it back to the Heavenly Father. So if the angels was doing it then, how much more now, saying that the wickedness have been tripled, quadrupled here, all right, on a maximum level. Iniquity is at its full. So the angels are reporting, you know, constantly, heavily, all day to the Lord, man. You see? And the Lord is putting what's the Lord doing to this place, man? This is Habakkuk. I'm going to start at 15. It says, woe unto him that giveth his neighbor drink, that putteth thy bottle to him, and makest him drunken also, that thou mayest look on their nakedness. You see? So, woe unto him. And America has done that. It's about to say it in the next verse. Let's get it. Thou art filled with shame for glory. Drink thou also, and let thy foreskin be uncovered. The cup of Yahweh's right hand shall be turned unto thee, and shameful spewing shall be on thy glory. And on the right hand of the Lord, he do it valiantly. So all he's doing is recompensing a man work unto him. See? Now when you read that in the NLT, it says, but soon it will be your turn to be disgraced. See, they have spoiled you, all right, but now it's their turn to be spoiled, right? It says, come drink and be exposed. The curses is coming on eat now. Deuteronomy 30 and 7. Things is being turned on these Edomites, man. All right? Drink from the cup of the Lord's judgment, and all your glory will be turned to shame, man. See that? But the bread and circus, all right, they have to give you a compelling intriguing story, all right, all the time to get the people all revved up to you know, watch things while they actually work the true work of their enterprise, all right? And that's what you got to be mindful of, okay? Not to get too caught up in the bread and circus, man, but understanding what the will of the Lord is. See? Be circumspect. Remember what the will of the Lord is. The Lord don't give a damn about no Epstein files, man. You know, just in all actuality, man, just dealing realistically, right? You know, we got other, you know, we being reporters, all right? Is this really something to report on? And I'm really doing a lesson on it to actually, you know, make sure your mind is towards, you know, the things that's been happening in the earth. Remembering to watch the things you're supposed to watch, all right? You know, making sure you're committed to the world ahead of 2022. See? Where they expect what? The Agenda 2030 have to come in place, right? See that? You got my whistleblower saying we got tricked, that the real files will never be released, man. So they'll give you something just to appease your lust for looking for it, man. Remember Elon, you know, saying Elon Musk saying he working tirelessly to get robots, build robots for people, you know, and to give every robot every inmate, let them all out of jail and give them all robots and make them follow them around everywhere, man. It's bigger things to worry about, man. You know, troops getting 250 Border Patrol agents coming here to New Orleans on a 2-month deployment, and all in operation mode. And they're saying that their goal is to arrest 5,000 people. Well, I thought the goal was to get immigrants, illegal immigrants. Now the goal is to arrest 5,000 people. They should just change that shit to Operation Arrest People, man. See that? You still got rumors of wars, and you know, amongst other things as well. All right, you got the collapse of the economy, man. You worry about Epstein files. See that? Your amendment's getting stripped. You know? Why you sitting there, you know, Elon Musk trying to put real life RoboCops out here, man. Alright? Pestilence steady arising out of nowhere. You know? The whooping cough. You know? The Lord hurting the earth, you know, with tornadoes, hurricanes, earthquakes. You know? So there's things to be reporting for sure. All right? On this devil agenda. So human trafficking rings going on, man. You know, food tariff. You know, the tariffs on the food and amongst other things, man. So we got things to actually, it makes sense to be reporting on rather than trying to see who name is in here and if it's gonna be a shameful spewing on Trump and whatever other people. All right, you know, get out the bread and circus, man, and focus on the task that's at hand. So I don't mind what this other was edifying, man. Till next time I see Shalom.